Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about the length of an arc, the area of a sector, and the perimeter of a sector. Now, when we're given a circle center O, the radius of this circle is the line drawn from the center to any point on the circumference. So I can have this as my radius R, going from, let's say it goes from O to A. Likewise, I can have another radius going from O to B. From A to B, there is an arc. This arc is called the minor arc. Likewise, at the upper part, there is a bigger arc. It still goes from A to B. This arc is called the major arc. The minor arc subtends an angle theta to the center. Subtends an angle, let's just call it theta for now. It subtends an angle theta to the center. The major arc also has an angle facing it. Alright, so let's call this angle beta. Okay, the sum of theta and beta will give us 360 degrees, right? Because sum of angles at a point gives 360 degrees. Okay, so what is the length of the arc? The length of the arc is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Alright, so we can be asked to find the length of the major arc. If we're asked to find the length of the major arc, we're simply going to replace theta with beta. Alright, so that is it for length of an arc. You're given the radius of a circle, you're asked to find the length of the arc, you simply apply this formula. Now, how do we define a sector? A sector is a region bounded by two radii and an arc. So if this is radius 1, this is radius 2, and this is the arc. This region that is bound by the two radii and an arc is known as the sector. And this is the minor sector. Alright? This region right here, bound by these two radii and the major arc. This is the major sector. So how do we find the area of a sector? The area of a sector is theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. Very simple. So this is the formula to use. It's very similar to the formula for length of an arc. The only difference is this is 2 pi r and this is pi r squared. So it is easy to remember. Now let's move on to perimeter of a sector. When we hear the word perimeter, what comes to mind? Perimeter is simply the sum of all sides. And so when we have our radius and our arc length, our perimeter will simply be the sum of the radius, and the arc length. Same here, the sum of the radius, and the length of the major arc. So the perimeter is simply r plus L, which is 2r plus L, where your L is the length of the arc. Alright. So we can conclude that the perimeter of a sector is equal to 2r plus theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Now let's take a look at this question. How do we find the length of the arc AB, given the radius 5 cm and the angle of the major arc and the angle in the major sector to be 310 degrees? So first things first, we write our formula. Length of an arc is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Now, if the question says to find the length of the major arc, we make use of our theta as 310 degrees. But if the question says find the length of the arc, it is telling you to find the length of the minor arc. Alright, so in order for us to find the length of the arc AB, we have to make use of the angle that AB subtends at the center, and that would be this angle right here. We have to make use of this angle as our theta. Alright, so we know that sum of angles at the center is 360 degrees, which means that angle theta will be 360 minus 310, which will be 50 degrees. Alright, so the length of the arc AB will be equal to 50 divided by 360 multiplied by 2 pi multiplied by radius 5 centimeter. 5. So when we calculate this, we're going to get the answer 4.363 centimeter. Now, how do we calculate the area of the sector AOB? The area of the sector AOB is going to be equal to theta over 360 times pi r squared. So for the area of the sector, we make use of the angle 50. If we are looking for the area of the major sector, we make use of angle 310 degrees. Alright, so the area of the sector will be 50 divided by 360 multiplied by pi multiplied by 5 squared. And so typing that in our calculator, we get our area to be 10.908 centimeters squared. Alright, now moving on to the perimeter of the sector. The perimeter of the sector is the sum of all the sides. So we have the radius plus the radius, which is 2r, plus the length of the arc, and that is 2r plus theta over 360 times 2 pi r. But we don't need to calculate this again. We've already gotten our length of arc. So your perimeter is equal to 2r plus, we got our length of arc to be 4.36. Alright, so simply substitute 2 multiplied by 5 plus 4.36, and our final answer is 14.36 centimeter. Thank you very much for watching. If you learned something, do hit the subscribe button, share, and leave a comment if you have any questions. Goodbye.